geoengineeringwatch.org. The latest global alert news broadcast called Weather Warfare Whiplash. America's hottest winter temperature on record just happened. From chemical ice nucleation flash freezes to ionosphere heater-induced high-pressure heat domes and the record high temperatures they create, climate engineering operations are wreaking havoc on an already badly damaged world, unfolding an accelerating biosphere collapse. Further fuels global controller total desperation. This is exactly what Geoengineering Watch has stated on the record for over a decade and a half. Weather, chemical, biological warfare is raging in skies all over America and the world. Are Americans ultimately being treated any differently than other targeted populations? Even as the planet's primary life support systems are failing, the powers that shouldn't be are tripling down on their devastating and destructive practices and policies, with weather warfare at the top of the list. Anyway, I will say we did a couple of edits on this show to get the YouTube version of this jam-packed with new and the latest, greatest information. We were even editing this thing yesterday afternoon before we published it. Because, the radio version can only be so long. The YouTube version can be any length. So the YouTube version from this weekend's show, again, Weather Warfare Whiplash. This is episode 551. The YouTube version of this show is about, 10 or 15 minutes longer than the radio show. So if you happen to catch it on the radio, you might want to go back and even check out the YouTube of it. Or it's the same version on BitChute and Rumble as well. So he does have channels on those platforms too, if you would prefer, versus YouTube. But there's extra content available in the video version versus the radio version of the show this week. So a little insider information there. I should know because I was the one doing the editing. So anyway, and then we like to look at the old scheduled weather here, the map, at least for the next few days. I guess it's March 7th through 11th, so starting in a few days. But it's going to be way above normal in the east. Way above. So basically all red here, clear out to the Midwest. From north to south and then clear to the Midwest. It's crazy. And then near normal out west. So I guess the geoengineers aren't going to be doing their cool down quite as much here, although you can see Alaska is below normal for this date range. Again, March 7th through 11th. So that's what we're looking at. So it's going to be warm, looks like. All right, and then the climate reanalyzer, just to kind of further take that last map, just another step further here. This is starting tomorrow. Days 1 through 3, so really starting tomorrow for the next 3 days. Where I am, we're going to have 13 degrees above normal. But you can see it's normal. It's warm everywhere, except in the upper northeast area. It's below normal up there. But so the geoengineers, I guess, are still working, or they've done their work and maybe moved out for a while, and this is just the remnants of it, perhaps, because you can see the rest of the U.S. is pretty heated up here. 15, 16, 17 degrees above normal down here. Even Montana, look at this, 16 degrees above normal. And we're 13 where I am. So it's going to be pretty warm next few days. And then days 4 to 6, even warmer. 22 degrees above normal where I am. That's probably about the hottest spot. 24 degrees in Virginia. 24 degrees above normal, I mean. So it's going to be way warm coming up. This is starting March 5th. So it's going to feel like summer. All the trees and everything's going to be budding. Look at this. So this is what happens when the chemical cool downs go away, when they move on out and the temperatures rebound naturally. We are going to be 21 degrees above normal. Pennsylvania, 29 degrees above normal. So it's going to be really warm for this first part of March. So this is 7 to 10 days out, so starting March 8th. So a week from now. It's going to be really warm. And that's as far as this map goes. So we go from warm to warmer yet. Anyway, just want to mention that. And this, if they would stop the spraying of the chemical ice nucleation type events where they take the moisture that they generate, or they can basically control the moisture from the Gulf and then chemically cool that down, they can cool down the eastern half of the U.S. It's harder for them to cool down the western half of the U.S. from what I've seen. They don't do it as much for whatever reason. And I don't know if it's because of the high-pressure heat dome that they have sitting over here. There's a heat dome that sits here and pushes the jet stream up and over California to keep California in drought. So it sends the jet stream over and above, and Washington, Oregon, and Victoria out here in Canada all get the cooler weather and the moisture. And it gets routed around and then chemically ice nucleated as well. And then, again, the eastern half of the U.S. gets the cool temperatures typically, but for whatever reason, they're not doing that coming up over the next week or so. Again, this is the scheduled weather, so this you can take it to the bank that that's what's happening because of the people that do the climate modeling for all these temperature organizations, all these weather organizations. They're all government defense contractors and stuff. So they know what they're doing, unfortunately, and that weather is, at least the temperatures are going to be what happens. So stay tuned on that.